We love the great outdoors, and living in Florida gives us lots of options, like kayaking. But I had a little storage problem I had to solve. I knew storing the kayak out on the deck would leave it open to the environment. The moisture and heat created mold. And if I flipped the kayak over, it didn't really fit right on this cheap PVC stand I had. Plus it was so wide, it kind of blocked the deck. So I came up with this creative solution. I'll be using a combination of steel flanges and PVC pipe to create this rack. The kayak will remain on the deck, but I'll be using this concrete wall as a support. So I measured to confirm the length of the kayak was 12 feet, and it's about 14 inches high. I have a steel hook anchored in the wall that I use to lock the kayak, so the kayak rack will go right near that hook. This steel flange has a 1.5 inch threaded base, so we're going to start by mounting this. I picked a spot that would be 3 feet in from the end of the kayak, and then made a Sharpie mark. I measured it, and it's right at 5 inches off the base of the deck. I'll be using these stainless steel screws with countersunk heads, and these plastic anchors that'll hold them in place. And to make the holes, I'll be using a 5/8 inch masonry bit. So now it's time to line up the flange, and then using the Sharpie again, I'll make marks on the 4 screw holes in the flange. Then I'll drill a hole at each mark for the anchors. Then it's just a matter of inserting the anchors and tapping them in flush with a hammer. And to save some time and elbow grease, I'll be using this Phillips adapter for my drill. I'll go ahead and line up the flange and then finger tight the screws in and tighten everything up using the drill. Then I installed another flange 6 feet away, or 3 feet from the other end of the kayak. Now it's time to get to the PVC pieces that will finish this project. I'll start off with a 1.5 inch threaded adapter that I'll screw into the flange, and I'll run it down as far as I can, just hand tight for now. I also bought two 2-foot lengths of 1.5 inch PVC, and I'm going to measure out 16 inches. I'll make a cut there, which will leave me with a 16 inch piece and an 8 inch piece. The 16 inch piece will get inserted into the adapter. Then a 90-degree elbow will go on the end of that piece, followed by the 8 inch piece into the elbow, and topped off with an end cap. Then I repeated this same assembly for the other mount. After testing to make sure the kayak fit, I went ahead and used some cement and made these PVC connections strong and permanent. My new kayak rack works great and gives me the option of mounting the kayak facing in, or if I want to show it off, I'll face it out. Plus, now I have more room on my deck for fishing or other stuff. And the final step is to run my chain through the scupper hole and secure it to that eye bolt with a waterproof lock. While I know this project isn't for everyone, it sure solved a problem I had, and maybe it'll help somebody else out there with a kayak or a canoe. And even though it's November, it's still warm enough to get out on the water. And speaking of November, it's also Movember, when guys grow mustaches to raise awareness and money for men's health issues. I used to grow a mustache on and off, and haven't decided if I'll grow one this year, but whether or not you do Movember, you should check out Harry's, the official razor partner of Movember. I've been using Harry's for over a year now and still love their super sharp blades that give me a close, comfortable shave. Plus, I don't even have to go to the store because they're delivered to my door. The guys at Harry's not only deliver an amazing shave, but they'll be donating $5 from every sale to the Movember Foundation. Over 1 million guys have made the switch to Harry's, and now it's your turn. Click on the link below and go to harrys.com right now. Enter my code KIPKAY5 in the promo box at checkout, and Harry's will give you $5 off your first order. Thank you for your support, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.